I feel like I just got cast in a 90s music video, with the stripes and got my chain on popping, got the little 90s hairstyle. I don't know if it's 90s, but I wanted to pull my hair up. So here we go. Hey, I'm Crystal, and welcome to CrystalClear, the place where things are kept real, dreams are brought to life, and where tears and laughter go hand in hand as inspiration and imagination take the front seat. I'm glad you came. So lately, I've been finding myself really missing things from the past. I know, these days everybody's saying nostalgia and all of that, but whatever. Well, I don't know if we were saying nostalgia back when I was a kid, but these days we say nostalgia, so I'll go with nostalgia. Okay, I've been feeling rather nostalgic. I don't know if that's how you use it, but that's how I've been feeling. A few weeks back, goodness, it's February already, so in December, toward the end of December, I was riding through Orange County, handling some family business, all right? And we get to the stop sign. Maybe it was a stoplight. I don't know. This was last year. So my memory fades me a little bit. But we get to this stop of some sort, and I look out the window to the right, and I see a payphone. This is a fully intact payphone. Everything is in good shape. The wires, the cords, all connected. I mean, if I wanted to call somebody, who had maybe a landline phone or whatever, if I had 50 cents, I could have put those 2 quarters into that machine and I could have placed the call. And do you know, for that moment, I felt like I was in another place. I was in another time, back in the 90s, when if you wanted to call somebody and you weren't home, if you weren't in somebody else's house and they had a landline phone, you went to the payphone and you put your money in there. It used to be a quarter where I'm from. And then I remember when they raised the price, I think it was 35 cents. And then it went up to 50 cents. Inflation, I guess. I don't know how that works, but I remember they raised the money, raised the cost of placing a call. But if you needed to call somebody, you pick up that payphone with that silver cord and be like, do, do, do. That little clicking sound it didn't have no audio type of sound. It was just like, y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, like I miss this. And sometimes like I'm a big fan of music. I love music. And sometimes I'll listen to some of the new stuff that's out, and I'm be honest with you, I don't really like new music too much. I'm more of a classic 90s, early 2000s type of girl. I give me some Brandy any day. And I love Brandy. I'll rock with her whatever era it is, whatever we're doing in 2024. I will rock with Brandy. But back in the day, Brandy, give me that any day. I'll turn on Have You Ever? I'll turn on Almost Doesn't Count, because it really doesn't. Listen, Brandy's my girl. That's my favorite. That is my favorite singer of the singers. And I miss sometimes the way she used to make me feel, like if I had a breakup or if I was going through something, Brandy, when she came out with Have You Ever? Oh my goodness. I had ever. It was, she knew. She was young, but she was mighty with her experience. And I miss it. I miss it. Sitting there in that car, looking out that window and seeing that payphone, I could hear Biggie and Tupac, doing their thing back in the day. Jagged Edge. Y'all know Jagged Edge. They was jagged and edgy, just bringing it, or what's the other one? 112. Y'all remember them? I miss it. I miss it. I really missed it back in the day. Now here I am, right here in this day. Y'all remember pagers? Like a beep. Some of y'all may have called it beepers. I don't know. Were they the same thing? I think they were the same thing. But some people will be like, hit me on my pager, or, hit me on my beeper. I never had one. I was real late to the electronics game, but I do remember when my grandmother got a second phone line installed, and she really got it installed so she could connect the internet, because at the time, we had AOL. I remember when we first got it and we thought something was wrong. I'm getting all over the place, but I'm going somewhere here, trust me. But I remember when we got AOL and we got this big computer, this big desktop computer, real boxy, that off cream color. It's one thing to be off white, but when you off cream, it's like you basically just dingy from, just out the box. But I remember she got this computer. We went to the electronics store and got it. I was so excited. Brought it home, got everything connected, and we got ready to connect the internet, right? And so it started making this crazy noise, like doing all of that. So we tried it several times, and me being young and dumb, I thought something was wrong. And my grandmother, she didn't know. She's from a different generation. And so we're sitting there. I remember calling my uncle. And I don't know if it was me that called. I don't know who called, but I remember calling my uncle, and he ended up, getting on top of it. He was real smart. And we thought it was broken, but it wasn't. It was fine. That was just how AOL did. And I mean to talk to them because I want to know what was the point. Why did they have to do all of that to get us connected? And then it would be like, you've got mail. And that was the best thing because I don't even know who was sending me mail other than Marv, back in the day, send me a little email message or something, a little flirty flirt. But that's okay. I'm not fast. I wasn't being fast because I ended up marrying him. So it's a love story. But yeah, I miss it. I miss like the old school. And what I'm realizing with this music stuff, I don't know if y'all fans of T-Pain in the way that I am, but T-Pain, I think he's like my favorite entertainer. And I don't know if y'all saw that show that he did. It's on YouTube. It's On Top of the Covers. I think that's the name of it. Oh my gosh, I listened to that thing the other night. Oh my gosh, T-Pain, congratulations, man. You did it. You really did it. And I'm proud of you, T-Pain. I'm proud of you. I will rock. And y'all might think I'm ratchet or whatever y'all young bucks around here saying these days. I don't care. I love T-Pain, and I love a good ratchet sounding song, and T-Pain will bring the hits. He brings everything. I love T-Pain, but he put this thing together, and it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome, and it's just so artistic. He's such an artist. He's such a creative, and he's so unique, and I love it when I'm listening to T-Pain, and it made me think. I think what's happening, because a lot of music that I was listening to when I was growing up, a lot of those artists are coming out with music these days is just undeniably amazing. Mario is another one of them. And so I'm listening to this music and I said, I think what's happening is these people are entering their 40s or they're in their 40s, the way that I'm about to enter my 40s, here in a different part of this year. And I was like, what's happening? They must be at that point where people talk about where you start to just, you in your groove, you don't really care. You don't have nobody to impress. You out here just doing your thing. And I'm here for it. I am here for it. Because I'm pretty much at that place, where I'm just doing my thing. And, you start to get more confident in yourself. And really, you start to just believe in yourself more. And you tune out what other people are saying and what's cool. You're not trying to be cool. You're just trying to be yourself. And I think that's what's happening with these artists. And I'm here for it. I want more of it. Another one I listened to recently was Fantasia. And she almost brought me to tears with that new what is it? Music video. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember the name of the track. But Fantasia, I remember watching her, on American Idol. I feel like Fantasia in a way is like my baby. I know that's kind of weird. I think we were around the same age, but I know it's kind of weird, but I don't care. I almost cried because the song was so beautiful, so well written. And Fantasia's voice has never failed. Do you understand that? Fantasia is the best. Don't even get me started because I know a few haters gonna chime in on this one, but that's okay. I welcome everybody. This is a inclusive environment. Everybody can come through. Everybody, whatever. It's Black History Month too, so anybody is welcome. You don't have to be Black. It don't take Dr. King to remind us. You know what I'm saying? Everybody come here. Everybody, every race, every whatever you identify as, come on through. Come on over to my place, because we inclusive over here at CrystalClear. I don't know how I got to that, but I say all of that to say, this is where I was going. Remember back in the day when your favorite song, you wanted to get it on your answer machine? That's how I got to this. That's how I got to this, y'all. When my grandma got that phone, she didn't know that I was planning on using that as my personal phone line. But that's what happened. Because originally it was just to connect the internet, because you had to have another phone, or you had to have a phone or be willing to connect your own phone. And my grandmother was unwilling to connect her own phone. So I kind of just used that, put that line in my room, and that was my phone. I was slick with it, right? And so I can't believe I just told y'all that. But I was slick with it. So I put that phone in my room, and I remember standing up, because I had a dresser, for the young bucks, the tall Chester, or the tall drawers. I don't know if people even buy dressers these days, but I remember I had a little boom box that was on there, and boom box radio. And again, nostalgic. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I don't really wish I was no kid no more, but whatever. That was my jam. But anyway, I would listen after school. I would wait, because my favorite song, whatever it was at the moment, it was going to come on. And I remember waiting to record it while I was recording my answering machine greeting, so it could play back. Y'all, that was, we had a time. We had a time back in that day and didn't even know it. Remember, teachers used to be like, there's no way you need to learn this math, because it's not like you're going to have a calculator in your pocket. And now we got the whole world in our pocket, just scrolling through anytime we want to, morning, noon, and night. Listen, them teachers was lying, but they didn't know they was lying, but they were lying. I bet there's some teachers right now listening to this from back in the 90s or back in the early 2000s, and they're like, I can't believe Crystal turned out like that. She is something else. I don't know. Mr. Kilmore, if you still watching this, I appreciate you, man. The way you used to tell me, hold your head up. Everybody, remember, used to have that one teacher that they believed in you. They saw something. They had vision that you didn't see. That was Mr. Kilmore for me. I had him when I was in middle school. He was this old Black. He was already old. So that was a little confusing, but he was like, he could have been my grandfather. Maybe even great-grandfather back then, but he was already old, he was already well-seasoned, and he was just that dude. He was cool. He was a good dude. I miss Mr. Kilmore. If I could go back in time and have any teacher, that's who I would choose, Mr. Kilmore. Yeah. Y'all remember flip phones? Oh, I don't know what I can't remember the cell phone company, because I know it's not out anymore, but I remember that cell phone company I had for my first flip phone. I had to take it back because I couldn't afford the payments. But y'all remember chat rooms? Ooh, you used to get inappropriate in them chat rooms. I don't know who I thought I was, but I was not right. Hopefully I've been forgiven. I'm going to forgive myself for some of the things I said in them chat rooms to them strangers, but listen, everybody has to grow up, so I wish you'd stop judging me. Just stop judging me. Just, you did some stuff back in that day too, so I'm not going to call you out on it, but whatever, we made it here, 2024, so I guess we was doing something right. Okay, I'm going to let y'all go, because I feel like this has been like a whole playlist of stuff that we've been talking about today, but all I'm saying is, I miss it. And sometimes I wish I could just go back to the day, when I was young. Because I'm not that young no more. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with not being that young no more. I got a little seasoning on me, I'm at that place, when your face start to get Little chisel, my face chiseling a little bit. Y'all see it? It's chiseling a little bit. So I'm all right with it. I'm wiser. I got some things happening in my world, they wouldn't have happened at a different time. So I'm here. I'm grateful. All right. But I'm gonna let y'all go. I appreciate y'all for showing up again. If you haven't already subscribed, do it. I mean, we this is the fun place. We're having lots of fun and cool and I don't know what we having, but we having something over here. So if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe and tell your friends and tell your aunties and stuff, because I love aunties. I do. I love aunties and cousins and stuff. So let them know. And I'll see y'all next time.